Hey everybody, how the fuck you doing? Happy fucking Friday. There we go. Was checking because on my side I didn't get any sound come through on my intro, but that's all right. Hopefully you guys got to hear it. That's all that matters. Happy Friday, Grim. Happy Friday, Bill. Didn't I just see you a little while ago? I see you finally got your power back on, and that's a good thing. So we've got 5 people in chat here. So let's see what we got going on here. We have 4 people from Facebook and 1 person from Twitch. Well, thank you, Bill. That is greatly appreciated. Mama D is here, so there's my Twitch viewer. So whoever's in chat, why don't you drop me a hello or something, so this way I know who's here, so this way I can at least acknowledge you. Guess the power came back like 20 minutes later. Well, you know what that means, right? That means that somewhere's later on tonight, the power's going to go out and be out half the fucking night. And that's when, you're going to need the heat or something. But actually, tonight they're saying it's supposed to get to be about 60 fucking degrees. Here we are in the middle of winter and it's fucking hot out. Present and accounted for. There's Mr. Nast. Mr. Nast, good evening, sir. What the fuck was that? I sold a whole side of the complex was out. Yeah, Heartless was out as well because I contacted him. We were going to run a test show tonight for tomorrow night, but I'm still going to promote tomorrow night's show, but we may have to move it back, say possibly another week. It's a Reverend Grimm production in association with the Basement Show with Mr. Nast. It is called Drake Drug Drago and Tink's Neverland. And hey, Alex. And what it is it's my nephew Heartless. Hey, Jack, how you doing there? Yes, I saw that you were going to St. Martin. Would you mind if I actually jumped into like a duffel bag or something and just sneak me on with you? I have never ever in my life been on a vacation ever, but this is really big to my nephew and to me and Mrs. Grimm and all of us here at the Basement Show because that's the food. In the middle of the the food smoking saying that it should be done. But take the whole Grimm family of viewers. There you go. We'll all just stuffing like 8 heads in a duffel bag. But yeah, no, with Drago and Tink's Neverland, it's I can fit. The Shannon, no, Miss Grimm can fit. It's a show that is going to be video game based. So it's all things video games, such as I'm sure he's going to talk about computer gaming, the Switch, PlayStation 5, Xbox. As you can see, we've actually started a Discord channel to where you can interact with all of the members of the Basement Show throughout the week at any time. There's all kinds of things in there. If you don't have Discord, go in, sign yourself up for Discord. Believe it or not, it's not really too hard. I actually figured it out. And I usually don't find things out too easy on my own. So, I mean, it's really not that hard to do. But there, I've got my entire section for, letter of the week. I know the second one and the first one.
one that used to sit in the corner all the time.
Okay. All right. So
Some of them are crispy.
some of them are crispy. That's never a good sign. So as I just got handed a note and little things that I'm keeping eyes on here.
We do apologize for phone ringing. We are officially on Baby Watch.
Yes, we are on Baby Watch, and that's where I'm trying to get to. I can run the intro if you want. It's in studio. I don't know. Did everybody who first signed on actually hear the intro? Mrs. Graham, did you hear the intro? I actually did not hear the intro. I saw it all, but as I'm saying, Draco and Tink's Neverland is going to be a gaming platform. So it's PS5, it's Xbox. They're going to talk about different games. It's going to be Heartless and Mr. Fassy. So my nephew and my illegitimate adopted son. Okay, Bill heard it. So like I said, as long as everybody coming into the show got to hear it, that's my big thing. Just because I thought maybe I was having issues tonight and I was going to have to break something down. Let me clear this because otherwise we're going to possibly keep hearing the gong from the taker. So, what makes this show very, very special and we're all excited to see is for all of you that know this month, this month seemed to be the really hardest. I mean, Thanksgiving was tough and Christmas was tough, after we lost the kids in May. But this month is actually 8 months. And Sunday was 8 months to the day that the fire happened and we lost AJ. And AJ was 12. And then on Tuesday, it was 20 years that my father had passed away. And that's something that's still very, very, very upsetting to me. It's just something I never really got past. And then we went right into Wednesday. The dong is still going off. Yeah, that's because my phone is actually hooked up to my board in case I actually want to go onto my phone and run anything off of that. That is Brit, but I will get there in a second with that one. Wednesday was 8 months to the day that we lost Hope, and she was only 7. So this month's been tough. And then next Tuesday, I don't know exactly what Mr. Nass has planned, but I know next Tuesday, if you try and contact myself or Miss Grimm, we're not ignoring you, but next Tuesday would have been AJ's 13th birthday. And this is his first heaven birthday. And it's still really rough for me because tonight I had a rough night while I was out because I'm thinking about what should I get him, buy him just a small present, another thing to add to the wall. I'm actually going to disconnect my phone. Now we won't hear that. The only way we may hear that now is if it actually just my mic picks it up. So the show is fully dedicated to the real Drago and Tink, which is AJ and Hope. And the reason of this show is that AJ wanted to get really big into streaming games. He wanted to be a streamer. He wanted to be on YouTube. And me and Mommy, we had a talk about that. And we felt that at the age that he wanted to, we felt that it wasn't exactly the best option just because of how many things go on out there. And we had said to him, when you get to be 13, that we would come back and we would discuss this issue. And his biggest thing was he was looking forward to be 13 years old. That's all he got to say. I can't wait to be 13. I'm a preteen right now, but I'll get to be a teenager. And mom and dad said that we would talk about, that I could start doing some streaming, maybe with some Fortnite or something. But what else is going to make this show very special is that you're going to be able to interact more so, because while they're playing the games are going to be streaming, but you could also get into the game with them and actually, like, say, like in Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty, say zombies, you could actually talk to Heartless and Mr. Fassy and say, hey, I'd like to be your third. And they're going to have an occasional special player on. And some of the games like that that they'll definitely get into, like in depth, probably, is if anybody is into a game called Lords of the Fallen. Me and Damon played it about or Fartless played it for about 2 hours a day, every day, and it took us about a month to finish it. And now we're just restarting on new game +1. So to actually get to some of this and get through it, it's very difficult. So you'll be able to ask them questions about this. But the reason that we may have to push this off is because we're actually on baby watch right now. Damon's fiance, Brit, is actually on her way to the hospital. Oh, they're at the hospital. I'm not going to be able to eat right this second.
Okay.
Well, yeah, just make sure shithead 1, shithead 2 don't get to it. No, leave the inhaler. I was just handing you the diagonals. As I had said, the baby watch is on. So now we're just waiting to see. My sister is on her way down from Easton, Pennsylvania to actually see if we're going to have baby time or not. So that's
being a brat.
Yeah, he's being baby A is being a brat. So, but Miss Grimm keeps saying it's Hopi. So we just gotta kind of wait and see what happens and go step by step, because the biggest thing that matters is that the baby is born healthy, 10 fingers, 10 toes, and healthy. And the same thing with Brit, that she comes out of that healthy too. So that's where we're at. So unfortunately, tomorrow night's show may have to get postponed, but as we find out more, we will let you know on that front. Sorry, dinner time too. So, as we said, it's Friday. It's supposed to be really fucking nasty again tonight. Mama D already says that the rain and the wind is there. What is going on? There we go. Rain and wind is at her place in Pottstown. I don't think we've got rain or wind yet outside. It's what?
I think it's starting.
Miss Grimm says she believes it's starting to rain. It's a sprinkle.
It's a sprinkle.
I'm sure Brooke will talk. What happened? You hit the corner of the table.
Oh, it's gonna be a bruise.
Yeah, well, you already get down. Bill said it's starting there. Brooklyn Circle will flood like crazy again, too.
You're not getting French fries. Fuck off.
Mr. Nast, you need to just get rid of your car and get a boat from that picture that you showed me the other day. No sprinkles here. It's tapping on the windows. It's a rap, tap, tapping. Did you hear me rapping at your chamber door?
Portal.
Portal. What a portal.
Nothing. You can tell everybody that I'm going to be like anti-social.
Mrs. Grimm has found herself a game. Disney
Dreamverse.
Dreamverse.
The fuck's going over your ear?
Disney Dreamverse. Supposedly really good game. I downloaded it to the Xbox, so if she wants to do it on the bigger platform, she can. She keeps telling me to start it, but unfortunately, I have too many different things running at once. But Bill, Mr. Nass, God, emotionless sickness on boats. He's screwed. Bill says Johnny needs to get a canoe, and Johnny's saying, you know, that Mr. Nass is saying he gets motion sickness on boats. So that could actually be really funny in my favor. You know, that all of a sudden that Mr. Nass gets motion sickness. I think we need to go on a boating trip. Mrs. Grimm will tell you it's not pretty. Mama D's talking about if she could windsurf down the street.
Woo!
Which would be good? Mr. Nast heaving over the side of a boat, or Mama D actually windsurfing down the street? A boating trip with Mr. Johnny. That could be fucked up.
Wally!
I say we need a boating trip, but we go do the ice cream bucket challenge first. And then we can let Mr. Nash just chum the water. And Mama D actually windsurfing down the street. That probably definitely would be pretty funny.
Can I have a pipe?
Which, can you what?
Can I have a pipe? Because we know how I am with real bad wind.
Yeah, that's true. Shannon, you know, Mrs. Grimm about blows away with the wind. What is the challenge? Eat all the ice cream till you barf? No, the ice cream bucket challenge is, it's a bucket. Like, almost like the bucket, like when you go to the grocery store, you got the small things of ice cream, but then you got like that bucket of like different ice cream. You know, it'll be like maybe the chocolate and the vanilla, you know, the Neapolitan, but you've got a bucket. Well, it's kind of the same principle. And I think it's something like there's 7 scoops of ice cream. There's like 3 or 4 different toppings. There's this, that, and everything else. And if you finish it, you get your name on the wall. And Johnny has done the ice cream bucket challenge. The one night, though, he wasn't doing too good. The one night, I don't even think it was an ice cream bucket challenge. We went to go get ice cream, and Mr. Nast had to come running back to the dungeon quickly because otherwise it was going to be everywhere and it wasn't coming out the front. I just need to figure out how. Well, get a sheet and either get roller skates or a skateboard and make like a squirrel suit, Mama D, and that'll get you going. Tater tot night with ice cream. Yeah, that was the night my bathroom got FUBAR. And for those that you don't know what FUBAR is,
and he broke my bottle.
And he broke the bottle of Febreze. FUBAR, fucked up beyond all recognition. use the moo as a sale. So just to let you know, damn, that was a fry that had a lot of pepper on it. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, you will be. You already got payback coming to you for slapping my hand earlier.
You get for grabbing my boob.
Then put a bra on when we go out in public. Put a bra on, or else I'm going to grab them shits and jiggle them.
I was like Mr. Bill vibrating earlier.
That is true. Bill vibrated Miss Grimm earlier. You go into ice cream bucket challenge video brought up. Sure, go ahead. Bring that one up. I didn't even realize that was still, you still had that. The bucket challenge. Mr. Nass tonight here eating the bucket challenge down here in Blackwood. And Morgan is with us. And her lovely husband is with us. Look, we know who the nice one is in the relationship. I see the halo. Yes. Wait. What was the sudden stop about? Because Matt's over here doing it too. Oh my God, dude! If you snarf a chip with ice cream on it. No, it was really gross. Johnny played it. Mr. Nass played it safe. He got the safe flavors and all that. But Matt, who, as we said, is on the other side doing that, Matt said, do the worst that you can to the people at the counter. So there were like everything but the kitchen sink. And I think what might be in like the trap of the kitchen sink went into Matt's bucket. But as you can see, there's a 2 liter of Sprite on the table there. Matt decided to open his mouth and, add to his punishment. So not only did he have to do the bucket challenge, but he also had to chug that bottle of Sprite and then drink an entire big bottle of milk of magnesia. So for days, when we finally heard from Matt said he felt like he was about 30 pounds lighter because he just kept shitting his brains out for days. And this is the stuff that we torture each other with. Like the same principle the night that we decided to put wax strips all over Matt. And, it was on his leg, his stomach, his nipple got it. Damon's armpit got it. And these are some of the challenges that just the good old Rev comes up with. Oh, that's better. Unlock my chair. So yeah, these are just some of the things that is just really, really bad. And that's why we've talked about like the 1 chip challenge, the magnesium citrate, quite a few things. Like, there's always something that we're coming up with, and it can never be anything good. Like, as you know, we got letter of the day or letter of the week we've been doing because we decided to choose a letter. So right now, for the 7 people that are in here, let's see, we got Mama D is still the only one in Twitch, but we've got 6 on Facebook. So why don't you let me know who's here? We could say hi. I know there's Bill. I know Mr. Nast is here. I believe the Miss Grimm is here. But we can see else is here. And we can go into something that's really fucked up. Which, speaking of which, and I'm not sure if Jack is still here or not, or if Alex is still here. But so I have come to find out that I am going to hell because I use the word fuck too much. So I decided that I was going to rent a bus and ask you fuckers if you would like to get a ride with me to hell. So is any of you fuckers interested, ready to, take a ride with good old Reverend straight to hell? Bill, you can't even say you're ready to go to hell because you live in hell.
Does that include me?
What, going to hell?
I mean, I've been with you long enough.
Oh, you are. You got do not pass go or anything. You are going directly to fucking hell. Am I driving, or do we have a designated driver? Freya, get out from under my table. Your 100-pound blockhead does no longer work underneath going under my table. I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought about that. I mean, maybe we could just let the bus, we start the bus. We'll put a brick on the pedal and we'll just let it drive itself. Kevin? You want Kevin to drive the bus?
Yep.
Why is Kevin going to drive the bus? That means he's dragging Morgan to hell, too. Yes. So, Alex wants to go to hell. Alex, you've already been booked to hell because you were born with that last name. So you're already guaranteed you're going. You're fucked no matter what. You, your sister, your other brother. Sorry. AJ and Hope are the only two that made it to heaven. You three are fucked, along with me. So let's see here. What are some things that we can get into tonight? So we got
our grandson.
Drive itself. Yes. Before we actually get into something. So normally we have this segment that's called What Did My Fucked Up Freya Dog Do This Week? Well, this time Freya is clean and clear. Freya didn't do anything stupid this week yet.
Yeah, it's still early.
Well, technically tomorrow's the last day of the week, right? Saturday is the last day of the week, I believe. But this week, no. Or was that this week with Freya? No, that was last week. This week is going to be a segment called What the Fuck Is My Grandson Doing? Now, Alex is watching, so I'm really, yes, there's still a day left in the week. So Bill clarified that with Freya, you have one more day to drop the ball, babe. So, Alex, I'm waiting for Alex to fucking die laughing because Alex already knows this fucking story. So, my grandson, that is 2, has a sudden fascination with doing things. Now, he had to go to the doctors for ears, nose, and throat because they noticed that his pediatrician noticed that.
Tell Alex to have Stephanie send me a picture.
Alex, tell Steph if she's home to send the pictures to Shannon, and this way we can send them to Mr. Nast. So the pediatrician noticed that he had an ear infection. They wanted to check on it, and they were a little concerned, so they sent them to ears, nose, and throat. Now, they go to ears, nose, and throat, and the doctor says it's just basically a really, really bad ear infection, which happens in children. Some children, I don't know if any of you guys out there or, when you were younger, if you had really bad ear infections, sometimes they take and they would put tubes in a child's ear. And this supposedly helps. There are people that I know that have had tubes. The tubes dissolve over time. Supposed to, help with ear infections and the whole 9 yards. Which, okay, so he's got a bad ear infection, which is better than what we thought it could have been. She sends me the pictures, I think. Okay, here. So, Johnny, we're sending this to you. So, check your phone. Yeah, Alex was supposed to tell you to send it to Shannon, but Shannon's going to send it over to Mr. Nath for me. So, here is my 2-year-old grandson, and I asked my daughter, Stephanie, what is wrong with him? Because this must be on his father's side, not on our side. Because, hey, Amber, real quick, side note, Amber, I think Shannon texted you just because the number is down tonight. You know, fucking Comcast is wonderful. But there you know that situation, so you know what to do if little man needs to get through. So back onto where I was. My 2-year-old grandson has an obsession with putting things up his nose.
Go with him.
So far, let me see, and Stephanie, I'm sure will jump in if I say the wrong thing or I miss something. But he's had a popcorn kernel up his nose. He's had a pretzel up his nose. He's put, you know, the little fake berries that come on some Christmas trees. I believe that's what she was saying. He had one of them that he put up his nose. So today, ears, nose, and throat 2 times with a popcorn. Okay, so 2 times a popcorn kernel. So they cannot let this kid out of their sight. Yep, I'm waiting to see if he wants to. He's being a pain in my butt tonight. He did ask to call you earlier today when we were on our way to Woodbury. Yeah, a fake cranberry on a green pom-pom. Okay, so one of those fake cranberries on a green pom-pom. If you were in Woodbury, you should have, hit one of us up and you could have, swung past. A string. So this is everything this child has stuck up his nose. But to top it all off today, and Johnny's going to bring Mr. Nance, bring that picture up. When they look up this kid's nose, this is what they find. Now, it's really hard to see what this is, but if you look, you can see that there's a couple little blood spots. But here's this brownish thing. Okay, not a problem, Amber. Here's this little round brownish thing, and the picture is hard to see, but now Shannon's parents call them itchy balls. Other people call them spike balls. You know, in certain time of the year, the trees drop their seed pods, and they're like these green, stick ball. They've got little spikes on them. They turn brown when they start to wither off to drop their seeds and everything, and they get real hard. Well, that is one of those, but it's really tiny. So this kid has stuck this thing, and from what I understand, it was really, really deep up his nose. And who knows how long he's had it up there because, as I said, unfortunately, you cannot take your eyes off of this child or he's trying to stick something up his nose. And I said to Stephanie today, I said, what the fuck is wrong with him? And then I turn around and I asked Stephanie, well, actually, Shannon, Miss Grimm was on the phone with her, and I said, did his father beat his dick against the wall before you guys did the thing to create this grandchild? And I don't know if you heard me or not, Steph, but yes. Did Rodney ever beat his dick against the wall? Or when he was working at, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he work at Wawa? And was he a gas attendant and he was smelling too many fumes? Or maybe he slammed his dick in the car door or the gas door or something. I mean, if that is the case, if he was a gas attendant, Alex, look what you have to look forward to. One day you're going to be slamming your dick in the fucking car doors and shit. Well, there's the problem. He inhaled too much gas smell, and now he's slammed his dick one too many times off the wall or something. So that is the segment of sounds like it's a sensory thing. No, it could very well be. And I you know me, I'm one to make fun of all things, and he might have put it in the gas. Now his other issue is Roman is nonverbal. Yes, which once again, he's 2 years old, but AJ was nonverbal until about the age of 5. And Hope would babble, but she really didn't become verbal until what?
About 4.
About 4. So, I mean, we kind of hope that nothing's wrong, seriously. That, or he just likes to stick things in holes like every male species. Well, I cannot turn around and deny that there. I mean, there is plenty of fun of sticking things into holes, as long as it's the right hole.
You don't care if it's the right hole or not.
What do you mean I don't care if it's the right hole or not? What's that mean?
You know.
What are you trying to say? Come on.
You just made me fuck up.
I didn't make you fuck up, but my audience is waiting. What are you trying to say?
And whether it's the front or the back, you don't care.
Whether it's the front or the back, but as long as you don't go from the back to the one upstairs. No ATM. I don't know. There are women out there that like ATM.
No.
I mean, Kenny survived the 80s paint chips and power lines. Yeah, and when I was growing up, I mean, I'm older than Kenny. The ear, the nose, maybe a belly button too. Yeah, that is true. I have said before about popping somebody's eyeball out and skull fucking them, but I mean, we're talking the Reverend here. The Reverend is a fucked up individual. So, and we are about to find out exactly how fucked up this Reverend individual is, because we are going to talk about first the Muddy Canyon. Now, everybody, get ready to take notes. Okay, so the Muddy Canyon, a male achieving an orgasm by using his own feces as lubricant and breast fucking a female. That is the Muddy Canyon. Dee Dee's going, oh God, no. Dee Dee, you better put the bucket on, because this is about to get a lot worse. The hubcap. When a guy sticks his dick in a girl's butt and pulls it out very fast, and it makes a popping sound. I've actually heard that sound. That is quite fucking funny. I think I don't know if I should just go in order here. What?
I caught a soul. Right after you said about the hubcap,
yeah,
I caught a fish called the soul.
Oh God. Okay, so we did the hubcap, aka pop rock. The last unicorn. A man or woman secures a dildo to his or her forehead. The dildo is then forced into the woman's vagina until orgasm. That is the last unicorn. I'm really thinking I should jump here. Silicone and shame. Does his head get stuck? I don't know. Let's go with the vampire teabag. A sexual act in which a man engages in intercourse with his menstruating lady friend, then proceeds to dunk his bloodied scrotum into her eagerly waiting, wide open mouth. I'm waiting for somebody. Which one does Miss Grimm want to do? Bill would like to know which one you would like to do.
Bill's going to get castrated.
Bill's going to get castrated. And Mama D is throwing up. So we have two left here. And I'm going to let you guys pick. You got a choice. The Exorcist or the Petrodactyl. So I will let you guys choose. The Exorcist or the Petrodactyl. Mr. Nash says The Exorcist. Oh, we're going to do both, Mama D. It all depends which one we're going to do first. And Mr. Nast is saying, let's do The Exorcist
you are
first.
Getting interruption. You were getting a visit tomorrow.
Yes, I heard that. Okay. We talked about it. Okay, so Mr. Nast, you said The Exorcist. Mama D says do them both. Mama D says go Linda Blair. So The Exorcist. The act of forcing your mate to eat copious amounts of pea soup and then forcibly face fucking them while gripping tightly to the back of their head until they start to vomit while screaming, "The power of Christ compels thee." And that is The Exorcist. That is.
Voice like this. Because then, it's just more drama. Check my phone. Here, you gotta check my phone. I can't check my phone.
And the demon goes away. Hold on here. Let's see. Is that what came out of his nose? Or is this something that he's just tried to do, Steph? I'll get this over to Mr. Nast in a minute here. Okay, so real quick before we do that, and once you get a chance, send that picture there. You just pulled that out of his nose. Tie the kid's hands to his back or duct tape him to his fucking sides. So, while that's getting sent over to Mr. Nast.
Why do you have to do
Why do I have what?
Your phone, the settings on the phone are fucking retarded.
Hard. The Petrodactyl. He's at the age where he wants to put things in orifices. At least he's not constantly playing with his junk. All little boys play with their junk. I don't know why, but as soon as they know it's there. The Petrodactyl. When a girl wants to have a foursome with three guys, but she can't decide who to pleasure first. The three guys then proceed to stand up next to each other. The girl gets on her knees, gives the middle man a blowjob while she jacks off the other two. The in and out motion of her head and arms resemble a petrodactyl. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You have a few new fucked up things to talk about at the water cooler on Monday morning. If you're going to work, because for most people, as you may know, it is Martin Luther King Day, Martin Luther King's birthday. And I know Mr. Nast was just waiting for me to go the other route on that. No, I don't know if I can do that. Mr. Nast got to tell me that or not.
But I can.
No, actually, technically, you cannot. Mr. Nast would have to approve that.
What's the matter, the baby block?
I got to go to the big boss with that one. I don't know if that's a picture of Mr. Nast, unfortunately. It's too small. I need to make my fonts like all big. Yeah. What is that?
I don't know.
No, I think we should. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. So anybody that wants to know what else,
We'll go on Discord later.
I don't know if I can do it there too, because technically the contract.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
So
Message mail.
yes. Message Miss Grimm if you want to know, and she will tell you what the Reverend calls
Oh,
Monday. What are you gonna regret?
Lord.
You ate a buffalo wing? Yep. So as I was going, go ahead real quick, Mr. Nass. Throw that picture up while you're at it to so Steph, maybe you can explain, is this like fuzz or plastic or I can't, is it something that like plastic that he might have chewed up and now he's shoving it up his nose?
You know what I'm waiting for? One of the wrestling figures' hands. Look,
Oh my God, he comes out of the fucking room. It's a plastic from his ball pit. What are you going to do if one day he comes walking out and he's got one of Zayden's wrestlers like foot, like the wrestler's hanging out of his nose, but the fucking foot's jammed up his nose? I mean, my biggest concern is now this is a piece of plastic, and we already saw what was pulled out of his nose earlier today. And my biggest concern is, you know, the damage that he could be doing to the inside lining of his nose. I mean, there's got to be something that the doctors can recommend. I mean, even if you got as much as it would suck, and he's 2 years old, to put a fucking, like mittens on him, almost like you would a small infant, so they don't fucking scratch themselves. Because one of these days, he's gonna really do serious damage putting something up there. The Bloodline versus LA Knight, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton. Jesus. I would say that too. You know, I would I would be worried about that too, Steph. From what like I said, you got the neti pot thing.
Go lay down.
Oh, they took Orton out. You also have that Navage thing where it's actually like it's a motorized thing that sucks up water and goes in one nostril and out the other.
Too. The boogie sucky.
Yeah, but the thing is, like,
leave her alone.
With that thing being up there and being up so far, you're not going to get it out. I mean, you don't even know at what point he shoved this up his nose. And that's the scary part, because up in there, that's, it's a foreign body, which now your body is going to react to that and consider that as something that shouldn't be there, and it's going to become an infection. Yeah, that's the thing. It could have been there for a while. Because Hope, at one point, she had put a little Lego and got it stuck up her nose. And, I was like, well, maybe she can just blow this thing out and put a cone around his head and mittens on his hands. I mean, honestly, it sounds horrible, but something like the mittens and something so he can't. I don't know. Like I
Baby
said,
straitjacket.
a baby straitjacket. But you know, just this could cause an infection, and because it's up there, the nasal cavity it just goes right up to, into the brain. God forbid he shoves something up so far,
So you're
and
gonna scare the
then shoves something else, and it's past the nasal cavity. There's something in his nose. I'll blow in his mouth so it can come out. Yeah, but if it's up there that far, I don't I don't think you would have been able to do that and get that out of his nose. I think that is something that the doctors would have had to do. So that is one of the things I would definitely go as a bizarre story. So that is something else. The spiky ball was so far up there, boogers formed around it. That's what I'm saying. That could have been up there for a while. I mean, I'm honestly surprised that they didn't put him on some kind of amoxicillin or penicillin, just in case there was an infection already starting. So let's try a new segment, everybody. And we're going to call this Story Time with the Reverend. And at this point here, this is going to be some really fucked up stories. Some of them are from around the world. Some of them are even local. And you didn't find any local ones?
I didn't dig that far in because I didn't want to take too much time up.
Yeah, well, we have 4 stories here. And the first one that we're going to go with is Alabama man shocked shoppers with X-rated plunge into Bass Pro Shop aquarium. Now, this was in Leeds, Alabama. A man crashed his car outside a Bass Pro Shop in Alabama, stripped down to his birthday suit, and plunged into the giant aquarium inside the store, police said. The 42-year-old Alabama man did a cannonball leap into the aquarium and then stood under a waterfall. He left the water to yell at 2 officers, then dove back into the aquarium, police said. The man eventually climbed over the side of the aquarium and fell to the concrete floor below. Police then approached him. He faces several charges, including public lewdness, disorderly conduct, criminal mischief. The man was in the water for about 5 minutes before the officers arrived. Okay. So, I don't know if any of you have ever been to the Bass Pro Shop. There you go. I was actually thinking something like that, Amber. A nose plug. And it's really bad that we actually think about nose plugs at the time we're talking about a guy going swimming in the Bass Pro Shop aquarium. And I don't know if any of you have ever gone to the Bass Pro Shop. I have never been to one, but when you watch them on TV, you see that they have this big, gigantic, huge tank, maybe full. There's bass, maybe some carp in there. I don't know what's all in it, but kids can learn to cast a reel and start actually learning how to fish, but not actually hurting the fish, because I think it's just like a little dummy thing on the end. So there's that one. Now we could learn about a Florida man sues Dunkin' Donuts over injuries from an exploding toilet. I would do that. We can talk about an exploding toilet. An accused hit and run driver drove with victim's body for 40 miles before stopping. Or man arrested after allegedly molesting manatee statue at Florida restaurant. So I will leave that Little man says, ooh, Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe we should do the Dunkin' Donuts story for little man then.
We can go to Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow with little man.
That is true, Amber. If you come over tomorrow, we could actually go to Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow.
Donut date with Big Grim and Little Grim.
There you go. A donut date with Big Grim and Little Grim. We get pictures of that shit. So, since little man says, ooh, Dunkin' Donuts, we're going to do the Dunkin' Donuts. Florida man sues Dunkin' Donuts over injuries from exploding toilet. An employee told the man that they were aware of the problem with the toilet since there had been a previous incident, the lawsuit says. Orlando, Florida. A customer has filed a negligence lawsuit against Dunkin', claiming he was injured by an exploding toilet at one of the coffee's chain's location in Central Florida. He is seeking more than $100,000 in the lawsuit filed Wednesday in state court in Orlando, claiming he suffered severe and long-term injuries following the explosion of the toilet in the men's room of a Dunkin' location in Winter Park, Florida, a year ago. After the explosion left him covered in human feces, urine, and debris, he walked out of the men's room seeking help from workers and the store manager, according to the lawsuit. An employee told him that they were aware of the problem with the toilet since they had been previously incidents, the lawsuit says. While diving into further details about the explosion, when contacted Thursday by email for more details on the injuries, his attorney said he was tied up and couldn't answer the questions until the following day. The Canton, Massachusetts-based company did not immediately respond to an email seeking comments. The lawsuit says he suffered bodily injuries and he was required mental health care and counseling since the incident in January of 2022. What? Dunkin' Donuts in the toilet, LG. So yes, I would figure something like that at Taco Bell, Fox Meadow, maybe a few other places that I have visited, but I would never consider Dunkin' Donuts being an explosive toilet place. To me, it sounds like the dumbass tried doing something to make some money and dropped down like an M80 and flushed it and then sat on the toilet and then got splattered with shit and piss. And, there are people out there trying to make some money.
Wally.
You already said Wally earlier.
No, but now I see him. He's right there.
Okay. So, my 7 viewers here, which one of them is in Twitch, which would be Mama D. So there's 6 other people watching. So now we can talk about an accused hit and run driver drove with victim's body for 40 miles before stopping, or man arrested after allegedly molesting manatee statue at Florida. Explosive Dunkin' Donuts or Wawa toilet, which you prefer? I had told you how that went, and I will do the same thing at Dunkin' Donuts. Because have you ever gone into a Dunkin' Donuts bathroom? They are fucking disgusting.
Especially the one going east.
Yeah, the one going to Easton was fucking foul. But there's that little sign on the door that says cleaned every hour, and they're always signed. And you look at it and it's like cleaned at 12 o'clock and it's like 12:05. And it's like, motherfucker, you didn't clean this fucking room. You know, this is, you ain't done shit in this bathroom all day. Come on, there's no toilet paper. There's no paper towels. There's barely any soap. And there's, you know, piss all around the toilet and, you know, toilet paper on the floor or paper towels. You ain't cleaned this shit. So what do we want to hear about? Do we want to hear about a hit and run or a man arrested for trying to fuck a statue? Mama D is thinking. Save statue man for last. Okay. So that's one. Okay. So we have two people that said that we should save the statue man for last. Okay, so this one is accused hit and run driver drove with victim's body for 40 miles before stopping. Don't get me wrong, but it is not about me. Okay. This story happens in Texas. This isn't the Reverend, but this is definitely something the Reverend would fucking do. A Texas man accused of a hit and run apparently hit the victim so hard that the body flew up in the air and into the car's passenger seat. Even stranger, the driver didn't notice the body next to him in the car and drove another 40 miles before passing out in a Jack in the Box restaurant in White Settlement, Texas, Saturday night. Officers were called to the restaurant for a welfare check for a man who appeared to be slumped over the steering wheel of a gray Kia Forte four-door passenger car, according to the department release. The responding deputy noted the car had extensive front end, hood, and windshield damage. The officer noticed something else, a human body with no signs of life in the front passenger seat, the release noted. The driver, later identified as 31-year-old of Arlington, was immediately asked to step out of the vehicle and detained for further investigation. Investigators think the impact of the accident was so intense that the pedestrian was thrown inside the vehicle and landed in the passenger seat. This man had to be completely fucking wrecked. First off,
kudos to the wife for finding these stories.
oh yes, definitely. It was definitely, thank you for, pulling up these stories. But let's talk about this for a second. 40 fucking miles. Okay. Dude has to be completely fucking bombed. Sounds like a night at the Octane Show. It sounds like a couple nights that I've come home from the Octane Show because I wondered and then gone and looked out at the car the next day going, oh my God, please don't tell me that there's a new dent in the car. But 40 miles and you don't notice that this body's in there. I mean, you hit something that hard that you've got damage on the front end, the hood, and the fucking windshield. The body lands through the sunroof or it's a convertible or something. And for 40 miles, you've got no fucking clue that you've got a dead body next to you that I'm sure is bleeding everywhere. Meth. I think we might be on a couple different fucking drugs there because how the fuck do you not know? I could see Steph turning around going, oh, I didn't know he shoved that up his nose. I see that. I didn't know there was a dead body there. Then what the fuck were you doing? That zombie drug.
Bath salts.
Bath salts.
Bath salts.
Bath salts and Budweiser.
Oh, God.
Was the victim's name Bernie? Maybe the guy was taking him out for the weekend. I don't fucking know, but how do you even explain that to the cops? Like, your car is fucked up and you got a dead body next to you. Do you just turn around and go, yeah, I did a hit and run and I put him in the car? Or do you just kind of fucking expect the worst and hope for the best? It doesn't matter. You're not getting the fuck out of this one, especially when you passing out in a Jack in the Box parking lot. There's something severely fucking wrong there. He was alive when he got in my car. I don't know. Okay. I can't. I just can't.
I thought it was a good one.
Oh, it is a good one. But it just leaves way too much to fucking ponder.
Jesus, mother of God, Brian.
What'd she do?
You don't hear her?
No, because
Fuck. Snorlax ain't got nothing. Snorlax ain't got nothing on her.
okay. So our last story before I go on my break.
Which I'm gonna go on mine first. So, are you doing the last one?
Yes. So go do your thing so that way when you get back.
However, I should say,
Mhm.
when I was reading that
Mhm.
and copying it for you, I spit my soda out.
All right, DD. That means you. No taking a sip of anything right now. Because you say I always do this shit when you've got something in your mouth. Quit it. All right. Here we go. Man arrested after allegedly molesting manatee statue at Florida restaurant. This one's a little bit long. So, a Pittsburgh man is facing a disorderly intoxication charge in Florida after he allegedly molested a manatee statue at St. Petersburg restaurant. Oh, and he also tossed gator nuggets into the establishment from the parking lot. Okay, so he was 23, was arrested last week in connection with the alleged incident, which happened at two separate businesses. Authorities arrived on the scene after getting a call from Rick Reef's restaurant on St. Pete Beach that an intoxication person was causing a disturbance. According to NBC Miami, he allegedly got angry after the restaurant employees told him he had already paid his bill and it was time for him to go. Once outside, he allegedly molested a plastic manatee located in the restaurant's parking lot, which prompted another request from an employee that he leave. Officials say he got physically aggressive with the employees, and then he allegedly started tossing gator nuggets, that is deep fried pieces of alligator meat, into the Rick's Reef dining room. Allegedly, he ran away towards his hotel, the Postcard Inn on the beach, but what happened next wasn't exactly a pretty picture. The hotel manager told police that he was acting disorderly and screaming obscenities at the persons working the front desk. According to an affidavit obtained by WOFL, the manager attempted to decelerate things by escorting him to his room, but he refused to say which one it was. He was removed from the hotel but he allegedly lingered in the parking lot still shouting obscenities. Deputies say his actions caused traffic to back up and led to the disturbance of peace of several other guests waiting for rides, WOFL said. So, you have a guy who is bent out of shape. He is throwing alligator chicken nugget things at you. Yes, I would say the same thing. The only thing is, it must be different here in Jersey, or they must really think I'm fucking nuts because, like, when we go to Target and I ride around on the little scooter, I will go and pick up one of the full size mannequins and ride around the store with it. And sometimes, a finger ends up going in places that, it shouldn't go. Oh, WOFL sounds like waffle. Yes. Hey, Ron. Twat. Waffle. So, out of all the 4 stories, I really don't know which one I would consider. Ron Chesson, you missed the vocabulary lesson. No. Thanks, Mrs. Grimm. So this is something I would like to add each week. We're going to find stories from all over the place. Maybe not 4, but we're going to find a couple stories. But then we need to figure out of the 4 stories that we read tonight, what was absolutely the worst. Alabama man shocks shoppers with X-rated plunge into Bass Pro Shop aquarium. Florida man sues Dunkin' Donuts over injuries from exploding toilet. Accused hit and run driver drives with victim's body for 40 miles before stopping. Or a man arrested after allegedly molesting manatee statue at Florida restaurant. Okay, so here's my take. The guy molesting the manatee statue, I would do that shit. I like the guy remake of Weekend at Bernie's. The man arrested for the manatee statue, I would pull a fucking stunt like that. Would I jump into the Bass Pro Shop aquarium? No, because think about it. Not only do they have bass in there, but I think they got some pike. Some of them shits will fuck you up. And this dude's butt naked, you're going to get your dick bit. So, no. A Florida man sues Dunkin' Donuts over injuries from exploding toilet. Like I said, to me, that just sounds like he did that himself. He flushed him. He flushed like a M80 or a quarter stick of dynamite, and then just waited, because even though that you flush it, it will still burst the toilet because the wicks are usually waterproof. The manatee in your hand would smell similar. I think the worst story here is accused hit and run driver drove with victim's body for 40 miles before stopping. Again, how do you not realize you have hit something and it's now sitting in the passenger seat next to you and you've driven 40 fucking miles? And then trying to explain it to the cops.
Sorry, officer.
I'm sorry, officer. I don't know where this person came from. Stopped and they just hopped in. They happened to die. What Shannon was talking about, Ron, is I know at one point we had one of your, maybe he had a boom car.
Well, I'm upset because Ron was so big into the Colorado campfire, which there's another version of it.
I just thought it was a hood ornament. Now, what were you saying?
There's another version of Colorado campfire. It's called
Well-
s'mores.
Ron, you really thought it was great when I brought out the Colorado campfire. Like I know that you use that one a lot. And we have a list here that Mrs. Grimm had pulled up for me tonight. And I'll just give you a quick rundown on
Damon's
some of
watching.
these.
Damon's watching.
Who's watching?
Damon.
Damon?
So good. Make Britt giggle.
How do I know he's watching? I don't see him watching.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't said shit. Okay, so here you go, Ron. Just a quick rundown. You've got the Muddy Canyon, the Hubcap. Yeah, bite me, fucker. The Last Unicorn, The Exorcist, the Vampire Teabag, and the Petrodactyl. And I will tell you what, some of these are a fucking riot. Dee Dee made some barf faces, so hi, did you? Dad. Hey, Brett. I can't fight you. It's illegal to hit children and the elderly. That's right, you can't fight me. But then again, I can also make your life fucking miserable. Peckerwood.
Don't we do them on a daily basis?
That is true on a daily basis.
All we gotta do is talk about anal.
And look, all I got to do is talk about anal in front of you and bring out a butt plug, and you like shriek like a vampire in the sunlight. Okay? So don't even. I hope you stub your little fucking toe on the corner of the hospital bed. I hope while you're sleeping tonight, if you're staying the night tonight at the hospital with Brit, I hope the Brit gives you the last unicorn while you are sleeping and you don't expect it. Because it's not going to be in the woman's vagina. It's going in your ass. Amber says, thank you, Damon, for recommending 5 nights. Can't wait till the next one. So, tonight, when Damon falls asleep, Brit, you got to give him the last unicorn. And that is, you need to put a dildo on your forehead and then force it into his butthole until he orgasms.
Silicone machine. New version.
Oh, and I got Bill. He might look around the hospital for something to stick his ass. I hope you stub your toe on a rusty needle. Look, Peckerwood, I hope you actually get a fucking flu shot through your right testicle. The doctors are in the room and they heard all that. Oh, trust me, the doctors in the room, if they heard all that, we can really get shitty. Dana, would you be willing to do the vampire teabag? A sexual act in which a man engages in intercourse with his menstruating lady friend, then proceeds to dunk his bloodied scrotum into her eagerly waiting wide open mouth.
I think it's more of a Matthew thing.
You think more what?
I think it's more of a Matthew thing.
Yeah, I think Matthew would definitely do that.
Or we would do it.
I don't know if you would consider that Red Wings, because in order to get Red Wings, the guy's mouth has to be down there eating it. So, I mean, hey, Damon, you could always like learn about the hubcap. Kenny said no more internet. Why no more internet? Am I ruining the internet? I told you, shit was about to really get, what was that word, Mr. Nast? Crazy.
And we're all crazy here. We're very crazy.
Crazy with a capital C. Is that how you spell crazy? He might only have a left testicle, but no right one. Or what could have happened, sometimes guys would know this, women don't know this. Sometimes a guy goes to sit down, and I think that's why they made that new sling. We could go with crazy with a K. They made this underwear.
I think was it Kenny the one? I think it was Kenny who's the one who said that they were uncomfortable.
Oh my God, can we get helium for the Oculus night? That could be funny.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
I think Kenny actually said they were uncomfortable. I don't remember the name of the company, but it's underwear, and they demonstrate that there's a spot that your balls go into. When you're missing one, it kind of centers. Yeah, it's a it's fucked up, and that's where it's really gonna go bad here. Yes, it's like some kind of hammock. Yeah, what Mama D said, the shinesty. You put your balls into this like hammock thing. Now, first off, I don't think it would feel natural because, as guys know, your balls hang very close to your body. But sometimes, now, briefs, I think, may be more common, but it still happens with boxers. You go to sit down and your testicles in the wrong fucking spot. And you sit on your fucking nut. More like a slingshot if you only. But the worst part is now I'm thinking if you only have one testicle and it kind of hangs right there in the center, when you go to sit down, the motherfucker gonna go up your ass crack. Now you know what it's like to wear a thong. I thought the thong doesn't even go in the ass crack.
If you get a sweatshirt, you do, which you like to do to me quite often.
A wedgie?
Mm-hmm.
But what's worse, and this is where the women can chime in. Keep it warm. Keeps it warm. All right. Here's the worst part. And the women, this is for the women. Is the wedgie the worst or a sunshine wedge? Demon likes having only one testicle. Bill. A what? You've got a wedgie, which is in the back. A sunshine wedge is in the front. So think about somebody ripping your underwear up in the back. It's all the way up between your ass cheeks. In the front, it's the same thing. Only this time, when you rip it all the way up in the front, your lips go around the side of the underwear. And that's called a sunshine wedge. So what is worse? Mrs. Grimm says the sunshine wedge.
Yeah, because you do it intentionally trying to rip the underwear.
I like ripping underwear.
Yeah, I don't have the question.
Camel gag. But I have not eaten dinner, but I am going to go run and take my break and then come back in and start finishing up my segments for the night. You know what? Yes, you have to be social. You can sit and explain. Front course, there's sensitive bits there. Yeah, but think about it. I mean, you could really solve the issue and go camo. It's called the pouch. You take It's the same principle. Why do women's underwear have that little hidden compartment inside? I mean, they got that little spot right there. And it's not sewed on one side. Is it so they can be secret agents and hide shit in there?
I knew a girl who hid coke there, and then the bag burst, and she got really, really fucked up.
Coke on the vagina. Not only are you fucked up, but she ain't feeling nothing on that thing.
You know who it was.
Mm. Blech. Gagging on fries. You had to bring that up.
You asked.
Hide a condom there. Ron says, hide a condom there. It's one stop shop.
I mean, that is true.
So here you go. You can explain to people about your video game that you're playing. So here is Miss Grimm for a couple minutes, and then I shall return. Because you hate my fucking head.
I hate your head. I hate your setup.
I love myself.
And your ultimately big chair that makes my look. I can't even touch the ground.
Yeah, that's the way I like my chair. All the way up.
I can't even touch
Comfortable.
the ground. My feet dangle. Like, what the fuck?
Just remember,
Lord, just remember.
exotic toys for men or women under 5'3".
Yes, women under 5'3" are exotic toys for men. Yes, I know. I'm the one who sent you that genius.
You're
Okay.
definitely an exotic toy for me.
Yeah. All right. So Mr. Ron said hide a condom there. The problem is the pocket's not that big. Yeah. Mama D solved the issue. Go commando. I can do it in everything but jeans. I just can't do commando in jeans. It just doesn't work. Hi, Bobo. Didn't I just see you? All right. Camel toe when it's the front cause sensitive bits. It's called the pouch. So while he's outside, who wants to see a picture of the Reverend in a moo? Because Dee Dee and I are planning on getting him in a moo. Like, I've never heard that before. Not that big. Well, Mama Dee Dee, I know you want to see. We got to find him a moo. 2 bears, 1 moo. It's going to happen. With the glitter beard. Yes. Amazon. Okay. We'll have to find Big Daddy a moo. Do I? No. Hold on. Let's see if we can find him a moo. Where is my Amazon? Would it be under men's moo or would it just be unisex moo? That is the $1 million question. No, you spelled it right. Men's moo. Men's moo. Oh, I can't have my just a moo. All right, I have to back away because I have my phone. Oh, I found them a silk satin moo. Yes. Mr. Nast, I am sending these to you. That way we can show them. Let's see. And oh no, I didn't lose my sound. Okay. Mr. Nast. Send. We can get him a flannel moo. Oh my Lord. He would slip off the big chair. He would slip off the big chair. He'll kill me for it later, but I think it'd be well worth the paid mission for that. There we we're just going to leave it at these three because having my phone this close to his setup is causing interference in my ear and it's driving me absolutely batshit crazy. Oh, yes, look at the ruffle robe that could go over his moo. He would be so gangsta. Tell him little man wants to see it. He loves rainbow colors. Oh, we actually got rainbow glitter for his beard. We got rainbow and we have purple. We have purple unicorn snot beard glitter. See, now that one was my favorite because, you know, it got the little hat on it. So that would be, you know, the highlight of my night. Yes. Well, I mean, the unicorn snot should be here tomorrow. So depending on what goes on with baby A, I could always do unicorn snot with Big Grim tomorrow for little man and put a little bit of unicorn snot in little man's hair and then they could be matching. So we could do that. It's all washable. It comes right out in the bathtub. Not, you know, anything permanent. All right, so we have 7 people watching. So Mama D, Ron, Amber, Bill. Who else is here? Anybody? Bueller. Oh, yes, sir, Nast. We know you're there. You're behind the scenes. Mama D, are you pooping? Or is Kenny blowing up the toilet? That is the $1 million question. No. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm not as talkative tonight, guys. I am exhausted. Neither Grim and I have really slept this week. It's been kind of crap. Yes, but I have Facebook on my phone, so in both, so I count as 2. Yeah, I had it on my phone as 2 because I was sitting in the living room playing my game. So the game that he is referring to that I've been playing is the Disney Dreamverse. It's definitely a game that Hobie would have loved. It's got Elsa and Anna and Aladdin and Jasmine. Nope, Raisin Bran, then a big old salad for dinner. Fiber. We had to run errands and go get dog food and paper plates because Sir Nas stole the last paper plate when he was here last night. So I had to get dog food, gremlin food, paper plates, and water. So we came home and made chicken strips for me, Tyson buffalo wings for Grim, and French fries. Woohoo, don't blame me. I got you dinner. Yes, you did get dinner last night. And I am very, very thankful for that. I ate the rest of the pizza fries for lunch today. Because, you know, I got done work at noon. Yes. You had your, Philly cheese. You got the Philly cheesesteak wrap last night? You got that. I got my salad. And why is my psychiatrist texting me at 10:30 at night?
More baby updates.
No,
What is it?
Christina,
Christina.
my psychiatrist.
Yes. What are you doing?
She texted me because she got a 90-day request for my medication.
Which medication?
The new antipsychotic in my trazodone. So, okay, you can have it back now. That was sexy.
It is.
Oh, baby.
She was slimy yet satisfying.
Was she?
Mhm.
Sounds like a few women that you've had in your past.
Yep.
Slimy and satisfying.
Well, definitely slimy, not so much satisfying.
Well,
But that's just less spit I gotta use.
and it is very true, Lisbeth. I mean, you do enjoy dumpster diving every so often.
That is true. There's nothing wrong with an occasional dumpster dive.
Who was the best dumpster dive that you would love to have? Oh, Tara Reid.
Yeah, Tara Reid would be really good.
Would Gregorio be considered a dumpster dive?
I don't know.
That's still really fucking your life up.
Yeah, because
Well, here, you can tell everybody.
after watching,
Ow.
yeah, you're okay. Yes, I am a dickhead. Thank you very much. I am not just a dickhead. I am Mr. Dickhead. Get that shit straight. So let me catch up on
You're talking about
talking about Moomoo's. Let's see here. Man wants to see it. He loves rainbow colors. Mr. Nat gets the pineapple, or however you spell it. Just a moo. He would slip off the big chair.
We gotta do
Yes.
a satin moo.
Yes, definitely. Poop. Yes, but I have Facebook on my phone. So I'm in both, so I can count as 2 times. No, but no raisin bran. Pig salad dinner. Fiber. Yeah. Don't blame me. I got you dinner last night. Let's see. Yes, I did. I'm a D. Too much fiber makes you constipated. Nope. Too much fiber make you shit. So, my moo, I want one or two options. I either want something like David Lee Roth type style moo, or I want Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs moo. And as Miss Grimm was saying about dumpster diving, there's a movie that is called Death Proof. It's a it's a decent movie. It's kind of screwy. Kurt Russell's in it, but I don't know the woman's name. But there is a woman in it. I don't know if you can pull it up, Johnny, but she plays Gregorio in NCIS New Orleans. And now that I've seen Death Proof, I can't unsee the lap dance that she does during the movie. Yes, the lap dance scene. And I just can't unsee it. And now every time I watch her on the NCIS, I still picture the lap dance scene. And I don't know if anybody else has seen Death Proof or not, but you got Death Proof and Planet Terror, both by Quentin Tarantino. Really good movies. You should check them out. Speaking of movies, you want to talk to somebody about movies? Speak with Mr. Ron. Mr. Ron has a lot of knowledge about movies, and that's where we will come in with Discord. Again, as you can see down here across the bottom of the screen, you can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Twitch. You can follow, interact with us on Twitch, Facebook, Tickety Talk. And as you can see, there's that little controller with eyes, kind of looks like one of the Space Invaders from the Space Invaders game. But that is Discord. Once again, sign up on Discord. You can interact with anybody from the show right there. You can discuss topics. You can leave in my section. I know I've got the Rev Grimm's strip club, gentlemen's club. where it's Release the Goods Friday, where you can send all kinds of neat pictures. Any dick pics, unfortunately, get you banned instantly. But there's a spot you could discuss movies. You can interact directly with Mr. Nast or Miss Grimm, Miss Dee, Mama D. You can interact with me, Heartless, any of us here on the Basement Show, and that is one of the new platforms that we are pushing. And if you don't have it, download it, subscribe to the Basement Show with Mr. Nast. As I said, you can leave comments, you can leave show ideas, uh, all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of interactive stuff. Check it out. There's a lot to do on there. Go ahead, Johnny, if you want to run that clip.
Down in the Mexico County, there's a crazy little place that I know, where the drinks are and the chili sauce, and the boss is a cat named Joe. He wears a red bandana, plays a blue piano in a honky tonk out in Mexico. He wears a purple patch and a black mustache in a honky tonk down in Mexico. Well, the first time that I saw him, he was sitting on a piano stool. I said, "Tell me, when does the fun begin?" He just blinked his eye and said, he wears a red bandana, plays a cool piano in a honky tonk down in Mexico. He wears a purple sash and a black mustache in a honky tonk down in Mexico. In Mexico, all of a sudden in walks a chick. In Mexico, Joe starts playing on a Latin chick. In Mexico, around her waist she wore 3 fishnets. In Mexico, she started dancing with the castanets. In Mexico, I didn't know just what to expect. In Mexico, she threw her arms around my neck. In Mexico, we started dancing all around the floor. In Mexico, and she did a dance I never saw before. So if you saw someone, I mean down in Mexico, and you wanna get straight, man, don't hesitate. Just look up a cat named Joe. He wears a red bandana, plays a cool piano in a honky tonk down in Mexico. He wears a purple sash and a black mustache in a honky.
Now, you see that there. And the hard part is when you watch NCIS New Orleans, she is an FBI agent. So she is dressed in, the business type pantsuit. And it's just trying to picture the two characters. And it's just very hard to unsee what you see in Death Proof. So this time of night, we still got 6 people here. So who all is still here? Let me know who's still in chat. See who's still here with us. Roll call. Mama D is here. I know Mr. Nast is here. But I'm heading to bed now. Mr. Bill is still here. Amber, like I said, just hit us up tomorrow. Let us know what's up. And, we'll go from there. Would you prefer me to say rawhide? Got to have a bullwhip sound with that. Not bullshit, which we haven't used the bullshit button lately. You guys did the one night in sports night. You used the bullshit. I don't know. We're going to have to come up with something that's bullshit. Like I'm trying to come up with when I went outside on my break, I'm trying to come up with douchebag of the week. And now I know, Bill, who you're going to nominate. You already said every week you were going to nominate, pig vomit for douchebag of the week. But we need another douchebag on top of that. Wow. Yeah. Johnny, just read the comments real quick. Yeah. Wow. No. Babe, you got any idea for a douchebag of this week?
My installers? I don't know.
Your installers. Your installers are douchebags.
Oh, 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
We like
Eagles
that.
head coach, Nick Sirianni. Could be. Unfortunately, again, as I will say, I am not a super huge sports fan, so I can't necessarily comment on that. That would have to be backing that would be Mr. Nast or Mr. Ron to back that one. We think alike, Mama D. It's just not nice. Let's see here.
Douchebag of the week, you.
Johnny, any comments or Ron? Who's douchebag of the week?
You.
Me? I don't know. Miss Grimm says that the Reverend should be douchebag of the week. Not until after Monday, Bill. You know what? I will say that I'm the douchebag of the week because, as Mr. Nass knows, and a few others know, that I kind of have just been a certain way this week, and I think I've been allowed to be the way that I am. This week has been shitty, but with that, I don't know. We need a really good douchebag. I don't know. We could go with the guy. Let's see. We could go with the guy who had the body in his car for 40 miles. I mean, that is definitely a douchebag move there. You're going to drive with a dead body for 40 miles and not realize it's there. Yeah, you're a little more than a douchebag. So, yes, you are allowed for sure. It's been a rough week, and this fuckers provoked you. Don't lie. Mr. Nance, you are going to have the seat next to me on the bus.
We're going in a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
And if you're a douchebag of the week, and that makes Mrs. Grimm Miss Douchebag of the week.
I've been called worse.
That is true. You have been called worse.
Home wrecking whore.
Home wrecking whore. What else?
Home wrecking whore is probably still my favorite.
Home wrecking whore is your favorite. Yes. So with that in mind, we will get here to. That's fine. I'll be happy to be co-pilot on that trip. There you go. We're all going down in flames. That's it, people. Sign me the fuck up. So we are at that time of the night where we are going to go into my final segment, which I have been doing a lot lately. And with this month, it's definitely closer to me than it has been probably through all the holidays. This month has been rough. And I know we are just starting 2024. I keep telling everybody that I'm still living in 2023 because I just I can't this month and the beginning of next month. It's just going to add through the next couple months. It's going to be a rough couple months actually because as I said, this month was 8 months and it was to the day of all of these things, except for my father passing. As I said, he passed 20 years ago. This past Tuesday was 20 years, the 9th. But Sunday, the 7th, May, it was Sunday, the 7th. We lost AJ that night. And then on the 10th, which was a Wednesday, May, it was a Wednesday, we lost Hope that night. So this week was rough with that. And then next week, it's going to really be rough because next Tuesday would have been AJ's 13th birthday. This is his first heavenly birthday. As I said before, and I'll say it again to everybody that is still here, that if you contact us and we don't answer, we're not ignoring you. It's just, it could just be that we're overwhelmed and we will get to you, but it's going to take a little time. Hey, Gary. Unfortunately, Gary, you're going to have to go back and watch the show. There was a lot of neat shit tonight that we put in the show. Because we are on that final spot where we are going to talk about, and as I've been talking about that with what's going on this month, and then I've got Stephanie's birthday towards the end of the month, but right in the beginning of February, the 7th and the 10th, I have Alex and Brandon's birthday, which is 9 months. So 9 months on the 7th, day that we lost AJ, the 10th that we lost Hope. Alex is the February 7th. Brandon is February 10th. The best day of that month is Valentine's Day, which in Grimm's Dungeon, it is Happy Divorce Day because I was actually divorced my first time.
Your first time?
Yeah, my first time. My only hoping time that will be because me and Miss Grimm we're stuck together for eternity now. There is no out for either of us. We're shackled together. That's it. We can't go anywhere. But
I quit.
Not it.
On strike.
On strike. Happy Divorce Day is February 14th. And then March, we got our anniversary. April, I turn older.
And it's the Hellhound's birthday.
And I'll be turning 51, and Freya will be 1 year old, and most likely at 160 pounds. That is going to be a lot of fucking animal. And then, of course, May, I may end up having to walk away for a little bit. It's year anniversary. I will be year anniversary. I will be found out at the site. Anybody would be welcome to come and join us. I know it's going to be during the week, but one of the things I want to say, as I said, and I always talk about as I talk about mental health. May the Basement Show takes vacation for a week or two. I appreciate that, Mr. Nast. It is something that we can discuss. You guys don't have to do that, but we do appreciate it. It's something that we can discuss as we get further down that road. I know you'll be there, Bill. But one thing I would say that is definitely closer to me this month than it has been is mental health awareness. Um, if you are struggling, oh, thank you, Mr. Nast. I was just going to grab that there. If you're struggling and you just can't get it together and you feel the world is coming apart, running across the bottom of the screen right now is the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. It's number 988. You call and somebody is there 24 hours a day and they are willing to listen.
If you ever need a referral for somebody to talk to, my psychiatrist is texting me now just to check on me. Like, she is epically amazing. We love her.
Yeah. One of the things I will say is if you need help, get the help. Nobody's going to judge you, and anybody that does judge you, they're not there for you. They are there just to kind of live off of that misery that you're going through. That's what makes them so happy. And oh well, somebody else's life is miserable and in a shit can. You know what? I could sit and enjoy that. That's not somebody that you need in your life. Look, you can contact us. We're not hard to find. Our phones are always on. You can find us through Facebook. You can contact us directly on Discord. There is a spot in the Rev Grimm Show area that is about mental health. You can go in there, you can drop a question. You don't need to leave your name, nothing. And you can contact me directly. And the same with anybody else on the Basement Show. We're all here for you. And we're here for you because you guys are here for us. None of these shows could be possible without the viewers, you guys taking time out of your schedule and going, hey, let me give up 2 hours on my Friday night where I could go out and do something, and let me go sit and see what Rev is ranting and raving about. And the same thing on sports night on Tuesday nights with Mr. Nast and Mr. Ron, and ladies night, and soon to come, as I said, unfortunately, I think we're going to possibly have to push this show back. It's supposed to be starting tomorrow. As I said, it is a Rev Grimm production that is in association with the Basement Show with Mr. Nast. Um, Draco and Tink's Neverland, which again, it will be a gaming type platform podcast. We can run the intro really quick. As I said, we will post more as we find out some more answers. We may have to just postpone it for a week, which is fine because right now, as we have stated, we are on baby watch, and we're not sure if the baby's going to come tonight or tomorrow or may not be at all this weekend. But we kind of we're in that spot. So yeah, I mean, run the intro. As I said, Drake and or Drago and Tink's Neverland is a big project for Mr. Heartless, and I know it means a lot to Fassy, means a lot to me and Mrs. Grimm, and I know the Basement Show is excited about it, and it means a lot to all of us because this show is dedicated all the shows, the Draco and Tink's Neverland, are dedicated to AJ and Hope, and we definitely want to make them proud. So go ahead, Johnny, if you'll run that intro, just so people can see what's coming.
Hello, it's nice to meet you. Can you tell me where I am? I don't know how I got here, but I think I'm starting to understand. I don't belong among the angels, and maybe that's just fine with me. The things I did up there were high school, but now I'm going for my degree. Hey, sorry, but you just got in my way. I promise, honey, I can feel your pain, and maybe I enjoy it just a little bit. 'Cause that makes me insane. Haven't been the same since I expired. Doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now I have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire.
Thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate that. And hey, Jay, how you doing? Unfortunately, you're coming in as we're wrapping up, but remember, you can always rewatch the shows. Shows are always up for rebroadcasting. You can watch them, but remember, tell everybody about the shows. Send a like. Follow us on. You can follow us on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, the tickety talk thing. And as I said, now Discord, where Discord, you can become really interactive with all of us all week long. I know that sometimes it may take a little bit for us to get back to you, but we will get back to you. So please like, share, tell everybody else, tell your friends, tell them to come over and check us out, because on Tuesday nights, every show is 9 o'clock. They start at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. On Tuesday nights, you've got Sports Roundup. You've got Mr. Nast and you've got Mr. Ron. And there they are talking football. They are talking hockey, basketball. They're talking baseball. They talk fantasy. I don't know if they do like fantasy baseball or any of that stuff, but they talk wrestling. There is a lot of stuff on that show, and there's some funny stuff that comes along. Check out some of the reels. There was a reel just posted today about Mr. Ron. Is Mr. Ron actually related to Pat McAfee? As I said, check out Tuesday night show, 9 o'clock. And then Wednesday, everybody's got a little vacation time somewheres or another. But Thursday night is ladies' night. Now, guys, don't let that scare you off. Just because it says ladies' night does not mean it's just for ladies. They talk about sales. They talk about, date. Like if you're out on a date and it's, not a good situation, how to order a drink at a bar that actually the bartender should know what this means. And just this past Thursday, they actually found out that there's actually a shot that guys can order if a guy does not feel safe in a date, which sometimes I felt unsafe in a lot of dates and still decided to stay there because the psycho ones are fun. But they'll also talk sales and stuff. And don't get me wrong, they're talking sales about all kinds of stuff. And who doesn't like to save money? Everybody likes to save money. And you do what? Especially husbands, yes. And then, yeah, but that's how we work. you talk to me about you want something. I talk to you about we want something. Can I get this? Can I have $30 for this? Can I have $30 for that? And that's just how we run our household. But you know, and then that's Thursday nights at 9. And then Friday nights, for right now, you still have good old Reverend Grimm. Grimm will be here. The Reverend will be here. Maybe, you know, as I said, we want to add some new segments to the Grimm Show because we decided to make this absolutely fucking insane and definitely step over new thresholds. You know, we're going to talk about the douchebag of the week, which I'm still trying to fucking come up with a douchebag. I think we're just going to have to kind of settle. Yeah. Freya's a douchebag of the week?
Yes.
Well, we had decided that the Reverend was actually the douchebag of the week, and Mr. Nast agrees because, you know, I've been provoked. But we, as the lovely Miss Grimm said earlier, we have vocabulary time. I mean, come on. Who really knew about what a muddy canyon was? I mean, you can think about muddy canyon, but a male achieving an orgasm by using his own feces as lubricant and breast fucking a female? Come on. Where other places are you going to find somebody that is going to read shit like that or read about The Exorcist, which most of you had known and Amber had guessed? It had to do with throw up. So, and then on Saturdays at 9 o'clock, not sure if we're going to start tomorrow night or not. We will keep you informed as we find out more as we go along. Holy fuck, that's some deep water. News is on above me, just keeping an eye on shit. But starting on Saturday night will be our new show with Mr. Heartless, my nephew, and my illegitimate adopted son, Mr. Fassy. Great guys. They're going to go through, you're going to be able to ask them questions. You're going to be able to see them actually run through like Modern Warfare in like multiplayers and zombies, and you know, maybe you might see Lords of the Fallen, which, don't get me wrong, if they're going to go through Lords of the Fallen, that is a show that I would definitely watch again, because Lords of the Fallen is a fucking pain in the ass game. You know, it gets to the point that you hate the game and you just want to finish it so you're done with it. So then of course, you know, we've always got our pop-up shows, so always keep an eye out. You never know when something's coming. There's always new things being added. As we said, none of this could be possible without you guys. You guys are the ones that take your time to come spend your time with us, and we are here for you, and we thank all of you. Other than that, that's about it for this week. Once again, thank you for spending time with me, and we will let you know about tomorrow night's show. And
Say a prayer for, I know we don't do religion, but keep Rupert in your thoughts.
you know, as we said, also, we're looking for baby. You know, we're asking that the baby is healthy, 10 fingers, 10 toes, and that Brit will also be healthy with this too. Again, don't take any shit from anybody. And if you have to walk through hell like you fucking own the place. Until then, Grimm's out. Deuce.
Every broken enemy will know that there are bullets that can be invincible. Take a last look around while you're alive. I'm an indestructible master of war. Another reason, another cause for me to fight. Another fuse uncovered now for me to light. My dedication to one that loves, one to protect. I carry out my orders without a regret. My declaration embedded deep under my skin, a permanent reminder of how it